On June 21st, 1983, an explosion occurred at the McClure number 1 mine. 10 miners were working in the area of the mine where the explosion took place. 7 of those miners would not survive. And now 2 coal miners' daughters have written an account of this mine disaster and about the brave, resilient brotherhood that coal miners are a part of, entitled Our Blood Runs Black. And we would like to welcome authors Marsha Self and Rebecca Riner White to Daytime. Good morning.
Good morning.
I know this is a labor of love for you all. It truly is. Tell us more about this book.
The book had started 3 years ago in July when I found a pearl suitcase upstairs after my parents had passed. Never really looked at it, and I opened it up, and inside was all the articles from the explosion that my dad had kept that we never knew about. So that's what really started the beginning, was reading articles from my dad.
And for you, what inspired you?
I joined the project a year ago in March when Marsha called and wanted some information about my father, F.C. Riner. And so we got to talking, and she was like, why not come on board and help me with this? And like you said, it was a labor of love.
Your father passed away.
My father was killed 3 days from retirement.
Oh my goodness.
He was killed
I'm so sorry.
Tuesday and would have retired on Friday. And thank you, Chris. That means a lot.
That gave you even more impetus, inspiration to do this book.
Right.
To show what a miner's life is all about.
Exactly. To look at those the little intricacies in their lives that we may not notice otherwise, that show us how noble a profession and how important coal mining is.
Absolutely. Important to our entire country.
It is important to our entire country, and I want people to know that today.
Right.
Right today, June 21st is our launch. That is the 42nd anniversary of the mining explosion. That will just so happen this year, and we're excited to have that at the Abington Incubator. But we also want people to know that the proceeds from this book, here's the Bible that my dad had that night.
Oh my goodness.
And
I know that's special for you.
It is very special to me. He had went to other miners to read it. But on June 21st is our first launch of our book.
Right.
We actually have a book. After 3 years here, we have a book with paperback and hardback. But it was a bond. The miners have a brotherhood, just like firefighters, coal fighters. And, but now what we're doing with the proceeds, some of the proceeds of the book, our company is 4 C's.
I was going to ask you about that. You've started this great organization. Tell us more about it.
Yes. 4 C's is for Christ, for
country,
for coal, and for
children.
All right.
And the proceeds from the sales of the book are going to help those 4 different programs. Food pantries, Jesse's Food Pantry in Castlewood will be our first, and we'll get to give them a check that day, June 21st. We're hoping to. And then I have a heart for Blue Mountain Thunder. I was still thinking the racetrack, Blue Mountain Therapy.
Okay.
The children there need a roof over that ring that autistic children ride the horses there, and they don't have a roof. So if it's raining, they can't get out on those horses. So we have a heart for others, and we're wanting to spread the cheer. And it's a bittersweet book, let's say. We had tears, but we've laughed. And we've got to know, and we've traveled Southwest Virginia and made some podcasts now, so they're coming out and going to be available too.
When folks read this book, what do you want them to take away from it?
I think it's important. What I felt in my heart is that these coal miners are remembered. Their sacrifice is remembered, and that we honor them in some way. And by writing the story, I keep going back to what you said. It's a labor of love, and we want to memorialize and honor the miner.
You want everyone to remember your fathers.
We do, and not just
and the other coal miners.
This is the other coal miners. Norman Lewis, you know. He told us his story. Here's a wedding picture. They were supposed to gotten married that weekend, the boys.
So you have individual stories in it.
Individual stories in each chapter from each miner that was there that night. And it's so interesting. It's You can't put it down.
Right.
I have
Well, we
now
want to
after 3
encourage.
years.
We're giving everybody. Thank you, ladies, for coming by and sharing
Thank
your
you,
story
Chris, for
with us.
having us
Thank
here.
you.
Let's give you the information about this book, Our Blood Runs Black, by Marsha, Sutherland Self, and Rebecca Riner White. You can pre-order right now at jancarrollpublishing.com. And we have a book launch event for this as well. It's coming up Saturday, June the 21st from 1 to 3 p.m. Virginia Highlands Small Business Incubator. Folks, I encourage you, pick up a copy of this book. It is such an inspiration.
Come and see us.
Yes.
Thank you for having us.